Alright, hello, welcome ladies and gentlemen. What I want to do today is I want to show you how to balance a chemical equation. The first thing we need to do is we need to refresh our memory and we need to understand where the reactants and the products are. So if we look over here in red, alright, those are our reactants. And then over here in blue, these are our products. So now that we've identified which side of the equation the reactants belong on and which side of the equation the products belong in, we need to create a little T-chart. I like to separate the equation. The arrow separates the reactants from the products. So we need to take a look, and over on the reactant side we have a hydrogen atom and we have an oxygen atom. We also, on the product side, have hydrogen atoms and oxygen atoms. So we need to remember to count our atoms. So if we count, we have 2 hydrogens on this side, we have 2 oxygens on this side. Remember, we get that number by looking at these subscripts right here. Those tell us the number of atoms that we have. If we go over to the product side, we're going to count. We have 2 hydrogens, and then if we count, we have 2 plus 1, we have 3 oxygens. Now remember, we talked about the law of conservation of mass. Now we need to balance this chemical equation. We need to make sure that all the elements are equal on both sides. So remember, we need to make all the odd numbers even. So over on the product side, we find that in the hydrogen or the water molecule, this is our uneven or our even compound, or uneven compound or odd compound. So we're going to start by that. If we look at the subscripts, the least common multiple between 2 and 1 is 2. So that means we can't add a coefficient that's greater than 2. So if we have 2 oxygens on this side and we have 3 on this side, we've got to change that. If we add a coefficient of 2 in front of the water molecule, now we need to distribute. 2 times 2, we now have 4 hydrogens. We have 2 times 1 is 2 oxygens plus the other 2 is 4. Okay? Now we go back to the reactant side. How do we make 4 hydrogens and 4 oxygens? It's very simple. We put a 2 coefficient, and now we have 8 total atoms on the reactant side, 8 total atoms on the product side, and our equation is balanced.